So in my last video I asked you if you wanted me to do some looks with the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. It is not brand new, but I eventually broke down and bought it, and I'm so glad I did. Here is the palette. I've already been using it. It's gorgeous. I wouldn't say it's overly warm. It's more neutral leaning warm. It's not very warm like orangey and terracotta. So it's a beautiful palette. I wore a blingy headband for you as it's Christmas time. Honestly, I keep finding these things from a long time ago, but I think it's so beautiful. Anyway, let me show you the swatches. I swatched the shimmers on one hand and the matte on the other. So here are your shimmers. Beautiful. This one is the Phenomena, and this one is duochrome. Can you see when I turn it like this? It has this sort of green undertone, and then it goes to like a warm peachy color. They are all gorgeous and they all apply beautifully. I'm so glad there isn't here any of those just like toppers, you know, ones that don't have any body to them, just the sparkle. These are all beautiful with lovely coverage. And here are the mattes. So as you can see, these ones are quite warm, but these ones are a bit more neutral. Okay, I think I will start on this eye with more, maybe like the warmest look that you can do with this palette. And then I might do a couple more. We will see how we go. E.L.F Eye 01 as usual, and I'm going to go into Ripe and apply it on in my crease and blend it out. So you see this one is quite warm. Then I will go for Fervor. I don't even know what that means. Fervor, which is a bit darker and very warm. I think the mattes are beautiful and blend so gorgeously. Well, I don't need to tell you, you know how I feel about Natasha Denona palettes. That is very warm. Beautiful. And now I could go and use one of the lighter shimmers, but I want to try this duochrome. You know how I feel about duochromes. I'm not into them at all. As beautiful as they are, I don't want my eyeshadow to keep changing color. If I want that color, I want that color. I don't want it to look different every time I turn my head. But this one, to be honest, it's not too shifting, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you get those duochromes or triple chromes that anywhere you turn your head, it changes color. This one is not too bad. E.L.F Eye 02. And you know when you're applying it, it almost looks like has holes in it because you see the two different colors and you feel like you're not getting... You see, I think these duochrome eyeshadows look nice on the top of a black base. I know it might sound strange, but if you put like a cream dark eyeshadow under it, that would really pop. Yeah, it feels to me, because of the shift in colors, like it's patchy. and I want it to be just this orangey pink. I don't want this green popping through, but there it is. So Refa 02, and I'm going to go into Homey. This is one of those lighter ones, just to put it in a corner. Mind you, this one is not warm enough. Maybe I do Snug. BK Beauty 210, and I'm going into that Fervor. It's spelled F-E-R-V-O-R. I don't know this word. Am I being dumb? And I am applying it on my lower lash line. Now you could leave it like this, or if you wanted a bit more pop, then I would go with one of the really dark browns on the outer corner. So let's do that. This is Hulu P66. This is my favorite brush for working here. I still haven't found, I want Refa to make one of those. So I think I will go into Soft Spot. It is not the darkest brown, but I feel like this one is the warmest, but it might not show much. And you see now when I'm trying to put that matte eyeshadow on the top of that duochrome, it's not giving me enough coverage. It's not covering it, almost like that eyeshadow repels other eyeshadows. Let me go to Flash Over, which is much darker. Yes, I can still see that duochrome peeking through, so it is not a good color to mix with other colors. And I would probably do a bit of a black eyeliner or brown eyeliner, but obviously I will be taking this off. I will just put mascara quickly on my eye, just a bit of it, so it looks somewhat finished, because I will have to take this off. So normally I would put much more mascara. So this is, I would say, the warmest look that you can get out of this palette. I don't know if the camera is picking out this shift here. I won't know till I'm editing this video. But that's really pretty. Okay, let's do this eye. I will do something smoky here. So this is Sonia G Classic Crease Brush, and I want it to be dark and smoldering. Just wanted to show you that you can take this palette from everyday to night out. So I'm going to go into Soft Spot, and I am just going to start applying it all over my eyelid. You know, that sort of one eyeshadow look. That's what I love, that there is so many eyeshadows here that I can do that one eyeshadow smoky look, which I normally do with a bronzer, because I like particular shade of that. Then I will go into Vim, which is a bit darker, on the same brush, and start making it a bit darker, especially in a crease, and then blend it out. And I will do the lower lash line, sorry, with Vim. And I would leave it like this, just put mascara on and go. But let's try to apply some sparkly eyeshadow. And I have so many choices. I could go with this one, which is a similar tone to this. It will just give me a pop of color. I could go with this one, which is more of a peachy one, that was Push, or Dynamism, which is that one. There is just so many choices. Which one should I go with? This obviously would show the most. Let's do that one. And I'm going, that's the Push. I'm going to apply it with my finger just in the middle, almost like a, this is not a halo look, but almost. And I would really pack it, and if I wanted it to be even more popping, I would wet it. But look how you can pack it on, it's just gorgeous. Blend the edges of it a bit. I'm going to make it actually even darker because, like I said, I'm going to do one that you would use on a night out. I'm still using the same brush. Now I went into Pep, which is a very dark brown. And I will put a bit of that Pep here. I'm not getting any fallout. If you tap your brush off, there will be no fallout. And mascara. And that is this look. Slightly halo, but the technique I've used is not really a halo technique. It's just basically one eyeshadow look with sticking a bit of shimmer in the middle. And if you put a dark eyeliner in your waterline as well, and maybe and a bit on the top of your lashes, it would be even more smoky. So that's your very warm look. This one is more neutral and smoky. Okay, I'm going to take it all off now and we do another look. I could do so many looks with it, but you will get the idea. I'm back. By the way, a lot of time I get questioned, how do I take my makeup off without disturbing the rest of my makeup? And I've done a video on that because sometimes I always do my foundation first, so there are days that I will do my eye makeup and I don't like it, so I want to change it. So this is quite easy. It is a bit of a pain, but it's easy enough to do. So I will leave you the link to that video. Okay, so now I will do the look that I've been doing most days with this palette. Refa 01, and I'm going into Soft Spot. And I'm just starting in an outer corner, just applying most of the eyeshadow. Here. And then with whatever I've got left, I always pull it a bit towards my inner corner. And now this is everyday look for me. Well, everyday meaning I'm going for lunch with my friend maybe. To some of you that might be party look. But anyway, this is the look that I've been mostly wearing out of this palette. If you want to get sort of even blend, if you start your makeup this way, because I apply my eyeshadows in different order. If you're starting with a darker color, dip your brush, always tap it off, put it right here, and I sort of go in like a circular motions to deposit the most of it here, and then I start moving everywhere else with it. And that way you can keep deepening it. I really like Mellow in here, which is this one. It's a lovely nude flesh color that if you made your crease a bit too dark and you can't blend it out, you can always dip it in that color and go just on the edge of that crease, and that will, you know, stop it being so harsh. So this is very good color for that. Then with Refa 02, I'm going into Homey. Homey is a funny color. When you look at it in a pan, it looks, I don't want to say taupey. It does look taupey, but it actually has very warm undertone. And I apply that on my mobile lid, mostly in the middle or like 3/4. I'm not going right to here with it. Again, if you wet your brush, you can intensify it, or you can apply it with your finger. That usually gives you a bit more saturation. The shimmers are just gorgeous, and these are the shimmers that I like. Almost, yes, they are all different formulations. You know, Natasha does different formulations of those eyeshadows, but they are all really lovely and soft and saturated. I'm just not into that duochrome, but you know, I never like duochromes. And then I will go into Fancy and put that in my inner corner. Sonia G Pencil Pro. BK Beauty 210, and I'm going into Flashover. As you see, I always start with the darker one on the lower lash line at this corner, so it's darker here, and then pour whatever I've got left, not right into the corner, but where my shimmer finishes. I start with this eyeshadow close to my lash line, so it's the darker, and then I almost put my brush like this and I make it wider. It frames your eye really nicely, and I feel like it makes your eye bigger. I know a lot of people don't put eyeshadow on the lower lash line at all. To me, I like that look on other people, but to me, sometimes it feels unfinished, especially if I do quite strong eyeshadow on the top of on my upper eye. Then if I don't put anything on my lower eye, it feels strange to me, but you know, that's just a personal preference. Now I'm going to go to Pep, the very dark one, and just darkening this outer corner. Okay, this is not everyday look. I'm much worse when I'm here because I like playing. So now Refa 15 or 14, they both good. Blend the edges, blend here a bit in between that shimmer and the matte eyeshadow. I might put now a black liner. What have I got here? I don't know if this is any good. E.L.F No Batch eyeshadow liner. I obviously never used it. Must have bought it. It's got a lovely sharp tip. Okay, I have to go and walk my dog like this later. But you know, the people here in the local area that you know from walking the dog, I think they used to me like this. They probably think, what is this woman's job? What does she do with looking like this? I'm going to put just a bit of it here, not all the way. Do you know, for me this is so hard because my eyesight is not very good anymore, and if you close one of your eyes on the top of that, no, I can't see anything. Right, and mascara. I am still using the Catrice Glam Doll Sculpt and Volume, and I top it off with the Lancome Hypnose Drama, and this is like my favorite combo. I don't know what it is about this mascara. I think not all of you would like it because it's got very strange wand and brush, but that mascara, I can build it up without clamping my lashes. So yes, it definitely gives sculpting, brushes the lashes through, and volume. But if you want your lashes fatter with a bit more, brilliant, with a bit of volume, then you can always top it off with something. I do have tiny bit of fallout from one of the, must be the sparkly eyeshadow, but it's nothing too tragic. It's just, I can just see tiny bit of shimmer. It's not like clothes. You see, that adds so much more volume when you top it off. Okay, and this is this look. So let me tell you now what I think of this palette. This might be my favorite Natasha Denona palette. I know I say that every time I get one of her palettes, but I tell you why this one. First of all, it's my type of color story, but it's not too warm. I like warms. I can go for very warm in the summer when I've got tan, then I can go more orangey, but all the other times this is perfect. Another thing I love about this palette is that I can create really delicate, and I should have done one, but you know how difficult this is for me. But trust me, you can do very delicate everyday look with this palette. You know, use any of those light shimmers and maybe just that in a crease. Beautiful. And I can always zhuzh it up and make it really smoky and dark. So this one palette can do me from morning till night. And there is so many looks. These browns are such a beautiful tone that I can do those one eyeshadow looks with almost every single one of those brown eyeshadows. And it's the easiest look. You saw me, the smoky one that I did, just apply it all over your lid, all around, blend it out and leave it like this, or just put your finger in one of those shimmers and pop it in the middle. Perfect. It looks like you've spent hours on doing it, but it's so easy and simple. So I am so glad I got this palette. You know, not long ago I decluttered all my palettes. I kept the Natasha Denona ones. So with some of the other palettes with Natasha Denona, like the Glam palette for example, it's very cool, but it would take quite a time of building up, I feel, to make this look really dark and smoky. To me, this is more of an everyday palette. Then, for example, my Dream palette, it's very dark. It doesn't even have, I think, the Dream palette, like a blending out crease color. They are all quite dark. They're all beautiful for whatever purpose you need them if you like the evening looks. But I don't feel like with that palette I can do very light daytime look. This gives me both. So I am so glad I bought it, and I love it. I love it so much more than the one that came just before this one, the new golden one. I've given that one away to a member of my family. And not that there was anything wrong with it, but just the color story wasn't me at all. Too gold, too many harsh golds in there, I felt. So I love this one, and if you are into warmer looks, you will absolutely love it. Also remember, I have always a discount code for anything that you buy from Natasha Denona. Someone asked, if you order from UK, you don't pay any duties, you just pay the price you see on a website, and I think it's just £5 delivery, which I'm fine with. So you can buy this palette anywhere else on our UK websites, but you can't use my discount code on those websites. Okay, my lovelies, so let me know what you think of that one. I know that already a few of you have this palette. Let me know how you like it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay fabulous. Bye.